Yes. I roasted the coffee, I ground the coffee, put it in the French press, stirred it with the vortex method. Nothing like it. Nothing like optimizing the taste of your coffee on a molecular level. Good morning. We'll go over a couple things today. I'm going to be reading part of a book called Opportunity. Someone recommended that I read and follow Eben Pagan, and I want to get into that today a little bit. We're going to be doing a little bit of twittering from yesterday and earlier in the month. I asked a question: what jarred, aged pipe tobacco smells best to you? Early morning pipe, nightcap, old dark fired, or Aaron Moore flake? 46% said early morning pipe, 23% said nightcap, 19% said old dark fired, 12% said Aaron Moore flake. It looks like the winner is early morning pipe. And right in the middle is nightcap and old dark fired. Old dark fired is so darn underrated for you guys that smoke pipes. Amazing. Hey, now here's a note. I'm looking for product manufacturers, vendors, to donate 250 individual pieces of their product for the swag bags at the 21 convention this year. I will be there. I'm hosting the 21 report, which means I will be on camera with about 25 or 26 men, interviewing them after they do their stage presentation. And I will also be doing hair and makeup as well. Any shaving stuff, beard stuff, sharpening stones, pipes, pipe tobacco, pipe accessories, cigar cutters, t-shirts, grooming aids, lotions and potions, anything that you think would be good to get to 250 men. Now you got to remember that about 30 of these men are thought leaders worldwide, people who have very large YouTube channels, people that are being read and watched by millions and millions on a regular basis. So this is who your products will be in the hands of. And then if they want to do a video on it, that would be great. But put your product in the swag bag. I believe Tactical Soap, the pheromone soap, is going to be in the bag as well. And he is kicking ass. And the testimonials that I'm getting back from people using the pheromone soap, I have to do a video just on combining your game with pheromone soap. I can tell you right now, it works. It attracts women. Going out and not using it, and then going out and using it, 100% different, night and day. Quite amazing. I have counseled hundreds of Christian men over the decades who said, I did everything I was supposed to do. She went to ladies' Bible studies, I went to all the men's retreats and men's breakfasts, and my marriage still fell apart. Which makes me think maybe we as leaders need to be teaching men differently. If there are any mysteries with her, listen up guys, if there's any mysteries with her, be aware that they are carefully engineered by her, and that you are the plate that's being spun. Love, or your desire to be in love, blinds you from seeing the truth that you don't want to believe. Wake up, gentlemen. If there's a mystery, it's there on purpose. If there's something you don't know about her, it's because she carefully engineered that mystery. You didn't hear from her last night? There's a reason why. Don't kid yourself. My email is gb@georgebruno.com. If you want to comment on something, I will read your email on camera and keep you anonymous. and try to keep out any personally identifiable stuff. If you have a question, I will answer it on camera. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I have about 95% men, males, and 5% females. And is it a man's channel? I serve the male population, but also females can benefit from it as well, because this is not a MGTOW channel. Do not confuse me with MGTOW. I love women and I love spending time with women. I just don't play the game. I am the game. Subscribe to the channel, please. Hit the thumbs up button and forward the videos to someone who you think would appreciate it. Here we go. A friend of mine knows a victim. This is called one-itis. Knows this victim. A man zeroed himself out today, but not before killing his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. 2 men dead in an apparent murder-suicide. I have a friend who knew this victim. A chick breaks up with a dude. He has one-itis. In other words, he can't live without her. Can't live without this woman. She ends up getting a new boyfriend. One night, the old boyfriend comes by. Actually, it's in the morning, and as the new boyfriend is leaving the house, the old boyfriend comes up and shoots the new boyfriend several times, killing him. The old boyfriend runs off in the woods, and what does he do? He kills himself. That's called one-itis. That's when you say, I can't live without this woman. If you constantly reinforce the fact, I don't know what I would do without her, I can't live without her, then guess what? When she's gone, you can't live without her. So don't set that precedent with your words. She's not your all, she's not your everything. Women get mad at this many times. But I will tell you this, in my interviews with women, excuse me, no woman wants a man to have his life wrapped around her. It's creepy, it's smothering. Excuse me, dealing with a little bit of bronchitis and a sinus infection that I had to take some amoxicillin for, excuse me. So a 50-year-old man is dead. That was the victim. The whippings will continue until morale improves around here. Don't be afraid to say it like the 12-step groups, my brothers. Hi, I'm George. I'm blue pill. I'm a beta male. I have 3 months of red pill sobriety. And everyone says, hi, George. You don't wake up one day all of a sudden recovered. It could be a process, and change begins with self-reflection and extreme ownership. I've been successful in my life, my business, and my G life. I was a husband. I am a father of 3. I was a classic alpha and a G on the outside. Inside, I was an emotional blue pill male. What many people might call a blue pill alpha. Life took a downward turn for me at 44 years old. I got red pilled at 50, which means my eyes opened up. A new lens was put on. I began seeing life as it was. Now I'm close to 60, closer to 60 than I am to 50. So don't ever feel bad if you're older, because it's never too late to change or to see things how they really are. I never found it funny in movies when men get hit in the nuts. Three Stooges antics, funny. Getting hit in the nuts, not funny. So this is how an old player spends his day off from cutting hair. Eat a steak, work out, 3 coaching sessions, create another video, edit my manuscript of Selling Your Art and How to Leave the Retail World Once and for All, cut the hair of 3 people later, fire up a pipe tonight and toast life, and life is good. I've counseled pastors, ministers whose marriages have ended, good guys, men's retreats, Bible studies, men's breakfasts, the whole shebang, and they are the most clueless of all the men that I have counseled. And they're surprised at her partying, dancing, the new attire, the new makeup. It happens. Fall into understanding with a woman, not falling in love. Life will not be a roller coaster. There's going to be 0 ups and downs. Seeing love in his eyes is usually a prophecy of doom. I would rather see the understanding in your eyes than the love in your eyes. A weak man says women are nothing but trouble. A strong man says it's my fault, I was blue pill, or a blue pill alpha. Weak men wash, rinse, repeat, keep making the same mistakes over and over again with women, the same woes year after year. Crazy appears, and you have to deal with crazy, and move her in, move her out, have all kinds of stuff. Sheriff gets called, the court system gets into it. You miss her kids if you're one of those guys that dates women with children. You start missing her kids. Strong men learn. They understand the playing field and the rules. They adapt, and they really enjoy life. That is what being red-pilled is all about. You understand the playing. You don't hate the playing field. You understand the playing field. Does that make sense? You don't withdraw. It's like what I said. Have you ever heard of Big Tao? Boxers going their own way because they lost 1 or 2 fights? Did you stop learning how to ride a bike because you fell? No, you got back on, and you did it until you got it right. Now, don't do that with marriage. You don't keep getting married until you get it right. But every relationship that you get, that you have, that you enter into is not going to be perfect. So it may take practice. Cockiness is not practice. Humility is practice. Humility with yourself. It's over when she says it's over. When she verbalizes that it's over, she made up her mind months ago or even years ago. So in that time, you had anniversaries, vacations, you made love, you had dinner parties, still did things as a couple. This is how men are blindsided. And men try to reconnect by stating, but we just made love, we just went on vacation, we had a nice weekend together, blah, blah, blah. And ask, how can you be so cold and just turn us off like flipping a switch? Dude, it was over when you were thinking everything was cool. Treat a man like the gentleman that he is, even if he doesn't know it yet. When I cut a man's hair, he's always sir to me. He's always greeted with a firm handshake. He's led back into the men's grooming studio. I treat him like a king. When people come and get their hair cut from me, I am the servant. I'm not a star. I'm the servant treating the king to the finest haircut, beard trim, shave. I'm the one who becomes subservient at that point. I didn't get to my place in life financially by being a G, outwardly acting like an alpha male. I served people, and I did it well. And I took pride in the fact that I could serve people better than anyone else. Let me tell you a quick story. I used to drive limo, which is a great thing to do. If you have a limo company near you, now I know a lot of people drive Uber, but you're going to benefit from this. Listen close. I would wear all black and a tie. Tie wasn't necessary, but I wore a tie. Groomed myself perfectly. I think that time I had a goatee instead of a beard. I would take the person's suitcase, put it in the trunk, open the door for them, they would get in. I always had like a little cooler that I kept bottles of water and iced tea and put ice in it. As I would start going to the destination, I would say, would you like a bottle of water or iced tea? A complimentary bottle of water or iced tea. Oh, sure. Hand it to him. The cup holder, I had a Snapple bottle and wildflowers. There was a field with flowers that I would always go and pick the flowers and put the wildflowers in a Snapple bottle in the cup holder. So it looked like a living room. You had this big Lincoln town car with fresh cut flowers in it. I always had an air freshener that I just would spray at the beginning of my shift. And then I would ask them, is there any kind of music that you would prefer, or would you like to ride in silence? And then when I got to the destination, I would open the door for them. They would get out. I would open up the trunk of the town car, take the suitcase out, turn it in the direction of the airport terminal or the door where they were going, lift up the handle, put the other, if there was two suitcases, put the other suitcase on it, fasten it, and then put it up on the curb, up on the sidewalk, not on the road, on the sidewalk, in the direction. So all they have to do is grab it and walk and go. My tips were unbelievably huge. And at the end of the night, when all the limo drivers would tip out, because we all tipped out at night, cash, I always had anywhere between 3 and 5 times more tips than everybody else. Consistently, night after night after night. I would go to work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and work to like midnight, 1 or 2 in the morning. And we would all end and show back up at the dispatch. Then he would cash everyone out with cash. And these are people that paid with credit cards and so forth. What's interesting is the only thing that I did different only cost me a few more calories and some consideration. I worked a little bit harder. Can you imagine your suitcase and all you have to do is grab it and go? No lifting it. I pulled the handle up for you. You had your choice of music to listen to. I learned how to be a servant to those people that I serve, and it paid off. Keep that in mind. You know that one situation in your life? You know the one I'm talking about, that one difficult situation. It's not a shit test to see how much crap you can take. Not everything can be spiritualized or is a lesson. Just get out. Just get out. Leave Dodge, man. If it's not making you happy and it's causing you to worry, split. She's a lot like you, the dangerous type. The Cars, 1979. One of the byproducts of... let me go back to this one. The next level of what you do is teaching what you do, being an educator, a coach, a mentor. That's the natural evolution of being competent in your field. Those with bigger personalities can teach groups, classes, auditoriums filled with people, and those who are more introverted or don't prefer crowds can coach or mentor people one-to-one. One of the byproducts of that is increased business and notoriety in your field, in your industry. The hallmark of expert status is when you start teaching. So how can you improve someone's life and income? By teaching what you know. How can you find the market for what you teach? How can you monetize your expertise? It can be done. I can coach you with that as well. gb@georgebruno.com. You have to book my time. It's not free, obviously. This is part of what I do for a living. But I'm more than happy to serve you and help you be the best that you can be. Going out dancing for 2 to 3 hours is great exercise. If you go to a club or a bar where a lot of people are dancing, even if you don't know how to dance, most crowded dance floors, you can only see people from about the chest up. So even if you're just kind of like moving in a crowded dance floor, even if you're just moving a little bit, and I'm not talking about being all over the place. You don't have to like be at like a Zumba class, all right? You don't have to show off. Moving like that for 2 or 3 hours is going to burn the calories. It's going to strengthen your core, strengthen your legs, and you're going to have fun. When given an option of a man who dances and a man who doesn't dance, a woman always prefers a man who can dance. And you don't have to be dancing with the stars. Don't worry about it. And finally, we will end with this. She doesn't care how much you work out. She cares that you work out. Isn't that neat? The fact that you are improving yourself is one of the biggest turn-ons to a woman. When she knows, let's say you work out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights, and something comes up on Wednesday, and she says, we should do this on Wednesday, and then she cuts herself off mid-sentence. She goes, oh no, that's your night to work out. Oh, that's when you go to the gym. She will not take your time away from the gym because she loves how you improve yourself. Don't have a woman in your life? Start improving yourself. Great conversation on a first date could be how you are improving yourself, not about your accomplishments. That she'll just go, next. When you talk about things that you are growing in and things that you are improving, that's a turn on to women. And, and to people in general. Self-improvement is a wonderful thing. When you are sharpening yourself, you know, when a blade gets dull, you can sharpen the knife and then you use a very fine grit or a leather strop to put an edge on it. It's not just sharp, but there's an edge. In your life, you can be a sharp person. That's your IQ. That's how you dress. That's the creases that you put in your pants, your shirts, you know, how you groom yourself. But the edge is the little tiny detail things that you take care of. Work on those things. Work on the edge, guys. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.